Shalom, everyone. This is Brother Mike Joseph coming out of King James Bible University, House of the Lost Sheep of Israel. Before we get started, I'd like to let everyone know King James Bible University has no affiliations with any Christian camps, Christian doctrines, Christian churches, Black, Hebrew, Israelite camps, coalitions, groups, anything of that sort. We stand alone and we use the 1611 King James Bible with the Apocrypha. All right, to begin with, we're just going to be addressing these EOI guys that's spurring the false doctrine. Our core is not with your flesh, it is with the doctrine that comes out of your mouths, which is showing the spirit that you guys have, and it is confusing, very confusing, and it is destroying the souls of people out here. First, we're going to listen to some of their things, and we're just going to show where they lied at. I pray that someone from that camp over there truly wakes up, that's actually truly trying to seek the truth and seek the Most High. May y'all wake up, because your elders, they going in the ditch. But let's start.
But for as much, yes, sir. First.
Anderson.
I just got a couple of precepts, and I'm
got
good.
okay. Just
take
before
your
you get
time,
started, Elder,
go, Miisch.
I just want to get this real quick. This is First Chronicles 5:1. So they said they were there first. This, will you read that for me, Elder?
Yeah.
Sir. You
ahead,
got it, Elder.
Go ahead, Gerard. Thank you.
All right. Yes, sir. First Chronicles 5:1. Now the sons of Reuben, the firstborn of Israel.
So he's the firstborn, right? They said we were here first. Your channel's only 3-4 years old. Okay, go ahead, bro.
For he.
We will address that towards the end, because there's no value to the scriptures, but we will show that they lied right there. But let's keep going.
Was the firstborn, but for as much as he defiled his father's bed.
Defiled that doctrine. The bed is a doctrine. He defiled it with what? Carnal understanding. So it doesn't matter if you have 85, 95% spiritual. If you got 1% carnal, it's defiled.
Right.
There's one drop of blood in the water. The water's defiled.
Okay. So you just heard what he said, but let's verify and make sure he's telling the truth or if he's lying. Now let's go to that scripture. So he's saying Reuben defiled his father's bed by speaking carnal things with his carnal doctrine. It's craziness. But let's read the scripture. Now the sons of Reuben, the firstborn of Israel, for he was the firstborn, but for as much as he defiled his father's bed. So we see Reuben, he was the firstborn of Israel, which is also called Jacob. But Reuben defiled his father's bed. And we can see, which we will see, how he actually did that. The bed is just where his father rests. It's just the bed. It's just the resting lies his head. But let's see what Reuben actually did. Now we're going to go to Genesis 30 to get a backdrop of what's actually going on. So he said again, Reuben defiled his father's bed with carnal doctrine. But let's hear it one more time, just to make sure I'm not tripping.
He defiled it with what? Carnal understanding. So it doesn't matter if you have.
Okay, carnal understanding. But let's see what thus said the Most High. In Genesis chapter 30, verse 1. We'll start here. It says, "And when Rachel saw that she bare Jacob no children, Rachel envied her sister, which was Leah, and said unto Jacob, Give me children, or else I die. And Jacob's anger was kindled against Rachel, and he said, Am I in God's stead? Am I in God's place? Who hath withheld from thee the fruit of the womb?" So Rachel wanted children. She couldn't have none at the time. So she's telling Jacob to give her children, but Jacob doesn't have that power, and he got upset. He said, Am I God, basically? I'm not the one that's making you not have kids. So this is what came to Rachel's mind to do. And she said, Behold, my maid Bilhah, go in unto her, and she shall bear upon my knees, that I may also have children by her. She gave him Bilhah, her handmaid, to wife, and Jacob went in unto her. So Jacob said, Okay, you want me to do this? I'll do it. So she gave her handmaid to Jacob and told him to lay with this lady so she could have children for herself. And Jacob agreed with that. Now, Bilhah conceived and bare Jacob a son. So she had a child. And Rachel said, God have judged me, and have also heard my voice, and have given me a son. Therefore called she his name Dan. So Rachel claimed this child, and she named him Dan. Okay? That was from Bilhah still. And Bilhah, Rachel's maid, conceived again and bare Jacob a second son. So Jacob went in and did his thing again and had another son with Bilhah. And Rachel said, With great wrestlings have I wrestled with my sister, and I have prevailed. And she called his name Naphtali. So that's the second son that came from Bilhah. Dan and Naphtali came from Bilhah. All right? And now we're going to see a few things of what actually happened. What did Reuben do? How he defiled his father's bed. Now we're going to go to Genesis 35 and see something. Remember, Dan and Naphtali are brothers with Reuben. Now let's go to Genesis 35, verse 22. Verse 22, it reads, And it came to pass when Israel, which is also known as Jacob, dwelt in that land, that Reuben, remember that's his son, went and lay with Bilhah, his father's concubine. So Reuben himself took it upon himself to lay with his father's concubine. And it says, And Israel heard it, and now the sons of Jacob were 12. So Reuben laid with basically his stepmother, his brother's mom. He laid with her. So this is something that is unlawful, and it defiled Jacob's bed because that's where Jacob went in. And you're not supposed to go in the same woman that your father goes in. It's confusion. But let's look at some law. Leviticus 18. And we'll start at 6. And it reads, none of you shall approach to any that is near kin to him to uncover their nakedness. I am the Spirit of God. Near kin to him, Bilhah was his brother's mom. So he wasn't supposed to do that. That lady was near kin to him. And that's disrespectful, to say the least. And this is the reason here. Let's look at some more. And it says, verse 7, it says, the nakedness of thy father or nakedness of thy mother shalt thou not uncover. She is thy mother. Thou shalt not uncover her nakedness. That was basically his mother, because that's his brother's mom. They're near kin. But let's see the reason that he says these things. In verse 24, it says, Leviticus 18:24 says, defile not yourselves in any of these things, for in all these the nations are defiled, which I cast out before you. So the Most High cast people that do these things. He cast those out. That's why Reuben, even though he was the firstborn, he wasn't the firstborn. If you get what I'm saying. All right, so let's go back and hear some more of what they're saying.
85, 95% spiritual. If you got 1% carnal, it's defiled.
Okay, so since let's rewind that a little bit because this guy is just talking.
So it doesn't matter if you have 85, defiled that doctrine. The bed is a doctrine. He defiled it with what? Carnal understanding. So it doesn't matter if you have 85, 95% spiritual. If you got 1% carnal, it's defiled.
Right.
There's one drop of blood in the water. The water's defiled.
Okay, so he says any carnal is defiled is basically what he's saying. But we're going to see a few things. In verse 20. And I'm going to pair this right here. I'm going to pair Romans 1:20 with something. Just give me 1 second. All right, so we're going to go to 1 Corinthians. First Corinthians 3:1. All right. So, unfortunately, I'm not able to split my screens because my screen recorder will not let me split screens without it turning off. But just follow along with me and you'll see what's actually going on. So in Romans 1:20, it says, for the invisible things of him from the creation of the world are clearly seen, being understood by the things that are made, even his eternal power and Godhead, so that they are without excuse. So, the invisible things, the spiritual things of God from the creation of the world are clearly seen. So we should be able to see the spiritual things, but they're being understood by the things that are made. So right here, something that is made is a babe, which is a baby. It says babes. All right. I want you to see how this is running. 1 Corinthians 3 verse 1, and it says, "And I, brethren, could not speak unto you as unto spiritual, but as unto carnal, even as unto babes in Christ." So, babes in Christ, as a baby, they don't eat strong meat, they don't eat bread, they're getting foundational information, and they drink milk. Now, so picture a baby, and picture a baby that has to be weaned out of the milk. But when it's first born, it's drinking milk. And let's look at this next verse. It says, "I have fed you with milk and not with meat." That means bread. "For hitherto you were not able to bear it, neither yet now are ye able." So when someone first comes into the truth, you do not give them meat because that will choke them. Likewise, a newborn baby does not eat bread. It will choke and it will die. So they drink milk first because they can't bear the spiritual things, the strong things. So with your understanding, you're saying it's defiled. So that means you basically saying you are the master and everything should be spiritual. Even though what you're saying is straight coming out from your own heart and not from the book. But let's see. Who does he give the strong meat from? Who does he give the strong meat to? Now let's look at one second. We're going to look at Isaiah 28. I'm sorry, this is Isaiah 28, verse 9. And it says, "Whom shall he teach knowledge?" That's a question. "And whom shall he make understand doctrine? Them that are weaned from the milk and drawn from the breast." So babes, they're not weaned from the milk yet or drawn from the breast yet. They're still on breast milk. They still have to learn the foundational things. So people have to be weaned off of these things. But you're saying, hey, everybody is spiritual. You're defiling, which is stupidity. But let's keep reading. Let's keep hearing what this man is saying.
Go ahead, bro.
His birthright was given unto the sons of Joseph, the son of Israel.
The sons of Joseph is the main ones are what? Manasseh, Ephraim. Then at another time he he eventually had another son.
Bring it out, Elder.
Who's quite a figure round the world, right?
So they just came out of their mouths and said Joseph had 3 sons: Manasseh, Ephraim, and another person that became a head figure around the world, which is confusion because you don't see that anywhere in the Bible. So I wonder where they did get that from. However, we're going to prove that they lied. But let's listen to it one more time so you can know they said it out their own mouths.
Another son.
Bring it out, Elder.
Who's quite a figure round the world, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so Reuben got replaced. They said they were the first here.
Okay. So, and we're going to do a little searching in the book to see if we could find this third son. So, let's start with Genesis, because we know that's their origin. Genesis 41. And y'all could tell me if y'all see a third son. Genesis 41, 50. And it reads, and unto Joseph were born 2 sons. Hold up. That doesn't say 3. Okay, whatever. And unto Joseph were born 2 sons before the years of famine came, which Asenath, the daughter of Potipharah, priest of On, bare unto him. Now we're about to learn their names. And Joseph called the name of the firstborn Manasseh, for God said, He hath made me forget all my toil and all my father's house. And the name of the second called he Ephraim, for God hath caused me to be fruitful in the land of my affliction. So we see here Joseph had Manasseh and he had Ephraim. We see no other child anywhere close. But it must be somewhere, so let's just keep searching. Let's go to Numbers. Oh, I'm having my bad, y'all. Numbers 1, verse 10. Verse 1. Let's read. And the Lord spake unto Moses in the wilderness of Sinai in the tabernacle of the congregation on the first day of the 2nd month in the 2nd year after they were come out of the land of Egypt, saying, Take ye the sum of all the congregation of the children of Israel after their families by the house of their fathers, with the number of their names, every male by their polls. All right. Now we're gonna go. So Moses was told this. So get the sum of these men. Now we're gonna look for verse 10 of the children of Joseph. So these are Joseph's children. Ephraim, Elishama, the son of Ammihud; of Manasseh, Gamaliel, the son of Pedazur. So, still no third son. But let's go one more place. Maybe we'll see it somewhere else. Let's go to Numbers 26. My bad, y'all. 26, 28. And it reads, the sons of Joseph after their families were Manasseh and Ephraim. It's pretty simple, so I don't need no more. So that's one thing right here, but let's hear their explanation for what this thought pattern is. But before we get there, I want y'all to see this picture. See this? I know y'all making this face every time this man speaks. But let's keep reading.
And this is nothing against them. It's just, it doesn't matter who's here first.
Mm-hmm.
All those doctrines, every time, the first time we opened this book, that was our first doctrine.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever.
Every time we opened this book, that was our first doctrine. I don't understand what that means. But let's keep going.
Whatever son we had there, eventually they grow, right? They grow. That's what Reuben's doing. He's growing. He was the young flower. He went and picked for his mother. You know, he's
right now, what you're seeing, if you examine what's going on, he's mumbling. He's just speaking and trying to make things come together. So as he's talking, he's making up things as he's talking. It's just vain babbling at this moment.
gathering from the field. And so go ahead and finish that out, Elder.
And the genealogy is not to be reckoned after the birthright.
So it says it right there.
If that's the case, Esau would have got the blessing.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't get the blessing, though.
Didn't
it say? Never mind. Go ahead.
Esau didn't get the blessing. Joseph got the blessing. I mean, Jacob got the blessing.
Yep.
And how did he get the blessing? He came in cloaked in deceit, kind of like this dude did with me and Elder Anderson.
Yeah.
And he said, "I'm the one. I call myself Israel."
Yes.
It don't matter what you call yourself or anybody calls you. All that matters is what the Most High calls you.
That's right.
All right. So, if you guys heard that, first thing he says is Jacob was cloaked in deceit, as saying one of us did that. We're just talking about our brother Deacon Khalil, and I'll show y'all how that boy is good. Deacon Khalil is dope. He's pretty good at it, but they lied so hard just now. First they said Jacob was cloaked in deceit. Then they're talking about Esau should have had the first right. Should have had the blessing, but Jacob came and stole it from him, is basically what they said. So now let's listen to it one more time, so y'all don't think I'm lying when these fools speak.
No.
Didn't it say? Never mind. Go ahead.
Esau didn't get the blessing. Joseph got the blessing. I mean, Jacob got the blessing.
Yep.
And how did he get the blessing? He came in cloaked in deceit, kind of like this dude did with.
Cloaked in deceit. That's crazy. That's crazy, y'all. But let's show what actually happened, man. So we're gonna read what really went down and how everything happened. And we will start here, Genesis 25. Yeah, we're gonna be in Genesis a lot, y'all, because it's what the target is right now. Genesis 25. Some people like to talk, and when they talk, all you hear is vanity. So they said Jacob was cloaked in deceit. I need a 2 or 3 and 3 to prove what happened and that he was cloaked in deceit. But let's read Genesis 25 verse 21. All right. And it reads, and Isaac, which is Jacob's dad, entreated the Lord for his wife because she was barren, so she couldn't have no children. And the Spirit of God, the Lord, was entreated of him, and Rebekah, his wife, conceived. So she conceived. She was pregnant. And including the children struggled within her. So the children were strife within her. And she said, if it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of the Spirit of God. So she wanted to know. She wanted to know why the children were struggling inside her. And the Most High is gonna explain to her, not Isaac, but to her. And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. And the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger. Remember, she knows this. She's been told, the elder shall serve the younger. And when her days were fulfilled, behold, they were twins in her womb. The first came out red, full of sin, all over like a hairy garment. And they called his name his way Esau. And after that came his brother out. So he came out after, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel. And his name, his way, was called Jacob, which is a supplanter. And Isaac was 80 years old when she buried them. So the elder, Esau, the younger, Jacob. Remember, the elder shall serve the younger. But we're going to keep reading and see what's going on. But before we get there, actually, let's go to Romans and see some things before we get there. So we're going to go to Romans 9. And shouts out to my brother, the evangelist Travis, because he showed me some things earlier through the Spirit of God. And I thank him for that. All right. And we're going to start at Romans 9, verse 10. And it says, not only this, but when Rebekah also had conceived by one, even by our father Isaac. Verse 11, for the children being not yet born, neither have done any good nor evil, that the purpose of God according to election might stand, not of works, but of him that calleth. So, remember, Jacob was the one that was going to be the ruler. Esau was going to be the one that was served. Now it says, it was said unto her, not Isaac, but her, the elder shall serve the younger. So, the whole time, who knew this? Rebekah. She knew this the whole time, that the elder shall serve the younger. as it is written, Jacob have I loved, have I promised. So Jacob, the Most High promised, but Esau have I hated. Esau separated from the Most High. And we're going to see what this dum-dum did when we go back to Genesis. I'm going to go back to Genesis. Who is that? Where was that? 25. Yeah, my bad, y'all. Okay. We'll start at 29. Genesis 25, verse 29. And it reads, And Jacob sowed pottage. Esau came to the field, and he was faint. He was hungry. And Esau said to Jacob, Feed me, I pray thee, with the same red pottage. He called it red, but okay. For I am faint. Therefore, for that reason was his name Edom. Now let's see. And Jacob said, all he said was, Sell me this day thy birthright. You're the firstborn, right? Sell me your birthright. And Esau said, Behold, remember, I am at the point to die. So he's about to clarify what he means. And what profit shall this birthright do to me? Bro, I don't care, bro. You can have this. That's what he said. And Jacob said, Swear to me this day. Alright, you sure about that? Swear to me this day. And he sware unto him, and he sold his birthright unto Jacob. So he sold his birthright to Jacob. Jacob didn't steal his birthright. He sold him. And let's keep reading. Then Jacob gave Esau bread and pottage and lentils, and he did eat and drink and rose up and went his way. Thus Esau despised. He hated his birthright, my boy. Let's go back. Let's go back. Oh, my bad. Yeah. So I went too far. So we see Esau despised his birthright. So if you despise your birthright, why do you want a blessing? But anyways, so this was told to Rebecca, so she already knew what was going down. And as the Most High, so you saying he came in deceitfully, but his mother already knew this. But we are going to see how all these things was known when Jacob came and got the blessing from his father. All right. Now let's go to, okay, 1 second. Chapter 27, and let's read. And it came to pass that when Isaac was old and his eyes were dim, so that he could not see, he called Esau his elder son, and said unto him, My son. And he said unto him, Behold, here am I. And this is what he's telling Esau to do. And he said, Behold, now I am old, I know not the day of my death. Now therefore take, I pray thee, thy weapons, thy quiver, and thy bow, and go out to the field and take me some venison. But I have to show you guys this real quick in Genesis 25, which I should have showed before, but let's look at it now. Why Why did he call Esau? All right. All right. Right here. In Genesis 25:28, and Isaac loved Esau because he did eat of his venison, but Rebekah loved Jacob. Remember, Rebekah was the one that knew what was going on with the elder shall serve the younger. Isaac loved Esau. That was his firstborn. So that's why Isaac called him to do these things for him. That was his baby boy. But let's keep reading. And let's see what how Rebekah was moving. Uh-oh. Gotta get a battery. We gotta charge it for it die. Gotta charge it, y'all. 1 second. Give me 1 second. Oh yeah, we good, man. All right. Now let's see what Rebecca did, because Rebecca already knew, and Esau already sold his birthright, so it is what it is. And it says Genesis 27 verse 5. And Rebekah heard when Isaac spake to Esau his son, and Esau went to the field to hunt for venison and bring it. So she heard. Rebekah spake unto Jacob her son, whom she loved, and saying, Behold, I heard thy father speak unto Esau thy brother, saying, Bring me venison and make me savory meat, that I may eat and bless thee before the Spirit of God before my death. Now therefore, my son, obey my voice according to that which I command thee. Go now to the flock and fetch me from thence 2 kids of the goats, and I will make them savory meat for thy father, such as he loveth. So his mom told him all these things to do, right? And he did it. And again, she says, Now therefore, my son, obey my voice according to that which I command thee. So she told him, obey, man. Just listen. I got you. Okay. We're going to scroll down. We're going to see what happened. All right. So it reads, So Isaac did all the things, and he brought the venison to his dad. And Isaac said, in Genesis 27, verse 21, it says, And Isaac said unto Jacob, Come near, I pray thee, that I may feel thee, my son, whether thou be my very son Esau or not. And Jacob went near unto Isaac his father. He felt him and said, Listen, follow this really quick, clear. Jacob went near unto Isaac his father. That's a full thought. And he felt him and said, so he said this, the voice is Jacob's voice. He already knew this was when he heard the voice. But the hands are the hands of Esau. Look what Isaac did. And he discerned him not, because his hands were hairy as his brother's Esau's hands. So he blessed him. What did he do? He gave him wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. All right? Oh, what happened? Let's see what happens some more. So he told him, gave him the blessing. So when Esau came in, remember Esau already sold his birthright. Esau came in, and Isaac his father said unto him, Who art thou? And he said, I am thy son, thy firstborn son Esau. He heard his voice, he knew who that was. And Isaac trembled very exceedingly and said, Who? Where is he that hath taken venison and brought it unto me? And I have eaten all before thou camest, and have blessed him. Yeah, he shall be blessed. He let him know, yo, your brother got the blessing, bro. And Esau heard the words of his father. He cried with a great and exceeding bitter cry, and said unto his father, Bless me, even me also, O my father. And he said, Thy brother came with subtlety, and have taken away that blessing. He took away your blessing. But guess what? You sold your birthright, bro. And it was already told, the elder shall serve the younger. And he said, Is not he rightly named Jacob? For he hath supplanted me these 2 times, and he took away my birthright. He took away, no, you sold it. You sold your birthright. And behold, now he hath taken away my blessing. And he said, Hast thou not reserved a blessing for me? And Isaac answered and said unto Esau, Behold, I have made him thy lord. The elder shall serve the younger. And all his brethren have I given him for servants, and with corn and wine have I sustained him. And what shall I do now unto thee, my son? So what you want now? And Esau said unto his father, Hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. So he crying. He want his father to bless him. And Isaac, his father, answered and said to him, so Isaac's given him some wisdom, some knowledge, and some understanding right here. And he said, Thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth and of the dew of heaven from above. Okay? Now we're going to see how, a little bit, how, let's see how this worked. Remember, he said that to Esau. Look at this blessing right quick. Look what God gave to Jacob. Therefore, for that reason, God, in Genesis 27:28, therefore God give thee of the dew of heaven and the fatness of the earth and plenty of corn and wine. Okay. So this one's to Esau. I'm sorry, this one's to Jacob. And so God gave the dew of heaven and the fatness of the earth and plenty of corn to Jacob. However, Isaac, his father, said unto him, so this is wisdom he's given him, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth and of the dew of heaven from above. But God gave the dew of heaven to Jacob. But let's keep going. Let's see how Esau felt about that. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob. So he swore to kill his own brother. But let's see something. All right. So, but let's keep going. So we see that it was already foretold that Jacob is be the younger, and his brother Esau would be serving him. And then let's get to one more point. You said, dang, this video is getting long. Okay, so we're gonna pause here and we're gonna continue it another time and finish this. So far, we see that he lied about Joseph having 3 sons. Secondly, how he lied about Jacob being a deceitful, and he showed that he was saying Khalil was being deceitful. But, well, let me show this real quick before anything. Sorry about book order. Okay. Now we're going to read Numbers 13, and we're going to read verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Send thou, in verse chapter 2, it says, Send thou men that they may search the land of Canaan, which I give unto the children of Israel. Of every tribe of their fathers shall ye send a man, every one a ruler among them. And Moses, by the commandment of the Spirit of God, sent them from the wilderness of Paran. All those men were heads of the children of Israel. So it's about to give you some names, but let's see what Moses did and told him to do. And these are the names of the men which Moses sent to spy out the land. What you think he was doing? Checking to see why y'all came and tried to be cool at first, commenting on little brother Nariah's page saying how much of a prophet he was and how good he was. But once you get called out for not being a real elder, then you get defensive. But let's look at one more scripture to see what he did. Let's go to Joshua 2. Same thing but Deacon Khalil did. And it reads, And Joshua the son of Nun sent out of Shittim 2 men to spy secretly, saying, Go view the land, even Jericho. And they went and came into a harlot's house named Rahab and lodged there. So all he was doing, spying out the land, seeing what was going on, who you guys were, and why you guys came trying to be cool, but it was no cool there. What y'all were doing, you guys are actually trying to be. Let me show you what you guys try to do. I'm gonna show you. You guys try to be like the men of Gibeon. I'm gonna show you what y'all try to do. So when them brothers started killing IUIC, You guys, y'all thought y'all could make league with us. Watch this. And it came to pass when all the kings which were on, and Joshua 9 verse 1. And it came to pass when all the kings which were on the side of Jordan, in the hills and in the valleys and in all the coasts of the great sea, over against Lebanon, the Hittite and the Amorite and the Canaanite, the Perizzite and the Hivite and the Jebusite heard thereof, they gathered themselves together to fight with Joshua and with Israel with one accord. So it was coming together. And look, and when the inhabitants of Gibeon heard that what Joshua had done unto Jericho and to Ai, so it was like, oh no, we don't want no smoke. What they did work willingly and went and made as if they had been ambassadors, and took old sacks upon their asses, and wine bottles, old and rent, and bound up, and old shoes, and clouded upon their feet, and old garments upon them, and all the bread of their provision was dry and moldy. And they went to Joshua unto the camp of Gilgal, and said unto him and to the men of Israel, we be come from a far country. Now therefore make ye a league with us. No. That's what you guys try to do, and it didn't work. You came into the wrong den. Lions have no affiliations with hyenas. But I thank everyone for coming to this lesson. This has been Brother Mike Joseph. Shalom.